Hi friends, in today's session I'll be discussing about the JavaScript functions, callback functions, scope of a variables, arrow functions, function declaration. So let's start. So what is function actually? So the function is a block of code that performs a specific task. Let's write the code. Function. This is the predefined keyword which given by the JavaScript and the name. So you can write any name here followed by the parenthesis. So this is the function body. So here you can write your business logic here. That means the body of the function is written within the flavor braces. So right now I am printing. So after writing the function, we need to call the function. For calling the function with the name of that particular function, we need to call. So here the name of the function name, person name. If you write simply person name, it will not execute the statement. So you need to write parenthesis and run the, see it got printed. So in the same way, I'll be taking another function with parameters. How can we able to pass the function with parameters? So the function can be declared with the parameters. So a parameter is a value that is passed when declaring a function. Let's see. Here you can write any name. Okay. You pass the parameter here. This is within the parenthesis. I have written name, right? So that is called parameter. So the same name you pass here, the statement, the body. Now if you call the function person, and here you need to pass an arguments. Okay, so I am passing the one so argument Gitesh. So this Gitesh will be mapped to this name and it will come into this block. Now if you run, see the Gitesh got printed. So in this way we can pass with parameters. So I'll be writing another example with the parameters to add two numbers using a function. How to add two numbers? Okay, so first I'm declaring the function. I'm doing add and parenthesis body and here add. Here you can pass a comma b and inside this I want to execute some code. So here you can pass the arguments. I am passing 3 comma 9. So if I run the program, 12. So again, if you want different arguments, In this way you can call multiple times the add function. Okay, so what are function expressions? Function expression is the way to define a function. So as part of the expression rather than the declaration, the function expression can be assigned to a variable or used as an arguments in another functions. So here are the few examples. So let's code now. So for this, simply assign it to one variable. So inside this console log, just call the function now. This is with parameters. Okay, the function expressions with parameters. So I'm passing 10 comma 30. Let's run. See, it got printed, right? So in this way you can create the function expressions with parameters. Simple. Whatever the function you have declared, simply assign it to one variable const and the variable name. So with using the variable name, you can call the function. This is function with parameters. Now let's see without parameters. I am removing the arguments. Now let's run. See, it got printed, right? So in this way we can create function with parameters and function without parameters using the function expressions. See, one more thing is, this is the anonymous function because there is no name beside the function, right? So this is the anonymous function expression without the name. So I'll be creating named function expressions. Return x into y. So let's run. Console log. See, so in this way we can use the named function expressions. So for this particular type of expression, so we are having the variable d, and d is not the function but the value x calling function, executing, invoking a function.
So whatever the value which we are calling, that the returned value assigned to this d variable, any value in the function by calling the x, whatever the value you get, that value will be assigned, the returned value will be assigned to d variable.
So in the return function in JavaScript, the return statement is written at the function execution. So it is used to stop any function execution and return the value. So the return is written inside the body. So let's write one example and understand clearly.
Here I am writing add comma b.
So if I run, it got printed. Okay. So let write this function in different way. So I'm copying the same function. So instead of returning here, so inside this I will declare one variable. Let's data equal to what you want to return. So I want to return the data. So inside this you can return value or any piece of code here. So whatever you do inside the function, all the task logic, so all the things can be returned inside the function itself. So if I run this program, see, it got executed. So both are similar. So in this way you can see return keyword inside the function. Next, what is default parameters in functions? So let me take the above example. So if I run, we got like 70 and 430. It is fine. So what we are doing is, as you know that you are passing the arguments 30 and 40 to the function a and b. So it is getting mapped, and inside this the function block got executed and printing the required output. So what if I am passing only one argument to the function? If I run nan, means not a number. So because here in the function it is asking us to pass two parameters, but in the argument we are passing only one parameter. So how can it able to execute with the one argument, right? It cannot execute, right? So for that we are having the default parameters. So 30 plus undefined is not a number. So for that we will be passing inside the parameter, you can give b value as 40. Okay, so if I run, nan will be changed. See, 70, the required output we got. So in this way, inside the parenthesis only the default value which you want to assign. So you can give that particular value to that variable, so that without any interruptions our function will get executed. So what is rest parameter? Rest parameter is something that allows you to accept any number of arguments inside a function. And click names. So here what I'm doing is a comma b. So if you keep three dots and the name, that will become the rest parameter. So the rest parameter can accept infinite number of arguments into an array. So two things we should keep in the mind for the rest parameter. One is the function should have only one rest parameter. That means three dots and b. And second, it cannot have multiple rest parameters like here, comma. Again, you cannot write like this. And one more thing is it should be at the end of this parameter. See what here it is happening is, so if I console log a, that means the a will be assigned to 1. So remaining to the b, the remaining numbers will be mapped. Let's execute our program and see. See, 1 means a value, so remaining it got assigned to b. That means whatever the values which are left over, those values will be passed to b. You cannot write like this first parameter as a rest. If you run also, it will not execute. See, okay. Learn about what are arrow functions. So basically, there is another way, very simple and concise syntax for creating the functions. I'm going to So here, this is the normal function expression, as we know. So how to convert this into arrow function means, so for the arrow functions, there is no need of function keyword. After add, keep equal to, and after parenthesis, you keep arrow symbol. Now let's execute our program. Let's run. Okay, it is already declared. See, it got printed 40. So in this way, we can use the arrow functions. It is a shorter way of writing a function. If you have only one return statement, then you can write const add m equal to a plus b. That's it. So there is no need of return keyword flavor braces. This is a shorter way. And one more thing is, if you have only one argument, then that's it. So just one line of stuff here. It's very simple, right? So in this way we can use arrow functions. Nested functions. The one function inside another function. So inside the outer function, I'm writing the inner function. After function definition, here we are calling the inner method, right? So it will get executed. Let's run and check. See, first the outer function got executed, and after that the inner function got executed. So in this way we can use the nested functions, one function inside the other functions. So after this, so in the part 2 we'll be seeing what is IAFE, pure functions, callback functions, higher order functions. Okay, so I'll be continuing the second part. So if you like, please subscribe and share. Thank you, friends.